Hey everybody, today I'm going to give you my reaction, I guess you'd say, to the new reboot of Futurama on Hulu. I just watched it last night. I'm recording this July 25th. It started on July 24th. Like I said, I watched it last night. And I could not be any happier. I loved it. It was fantastic. Watching that was like no time had left at all. It was like I was back 20-something years ago when it first started. It was great. All the jokes to Fulu, when he strapped the goggles on, I started binge watching everything. That was great, man. Shout out to Matt Groening and Hulu. They did a fantastic job. Literally, it's just like another season. There is no difference between all other 10 seasons that you can watch, of course, from the archive on Hulu and this one. They're going to do it weekly. This started, it says, on Monday, July 24th, but the schedule has it showing every Sunday. So either every Sunday or Monday, I'm not sure, because of course as I'm recording this, there's only one episode up there. But I think any fan of Futurama would love this. I certainly do. I love the fact that it's on Hulu within the Disney bundle, which I have. I've got the Disney Bundle Trio Premium that gives you no commercials on Hulu or Disney Plus. There's ads on ESPN Plus, but that's expected because it's live sports. So, you can't really get out of that on live broadcast. But Hulu and Disney Plus literally are commercial free. It's a fantastic deal because the ads plan of the bundle is $12.99 and the no ads is $19.99. Plus, with the no ads $19.99, you get 4K ultra high definition streaming and all that good stuff. You get a lot of good benefits to it for the extra little bit of cash. And it's the only streaming bundle I have, so it's a no-brainer. I only have to pay a couple more bucks a month and I get the best of the best. I got a nice ultra high definition 4K 120 hertz TV, so I want to use it, So again, I think the best way to experience this would be if you got the Disney bundle and the Trio Premium package. There are two other packages, like I said. There's a Trio Basic for $12.99 a month that gets you all three, but then all three will have commercials. As well as you can get the Disney Duo, which is only Disney Plus and Hulu, but again, they will both have commercials and everything. So the only way to get no commercials on Disney Plus and Hulu is to get the Trio Premium. And I recommend that to anybody, but it does depend on your finances and how many services you have. If you've got umpteen different services, I'll be honest with you, I would go with the Duo. It's $9.99 a month. And it's Disney Plus and Hulu together. So, if you're strapped for cash and you have a bunch of other services, I would recommend that one. But if you don't have a bunch of services, like me, and that's pretty much all you have, then I would recommend the Premium, because you don't get any commercials on your Hulu or Disney Plus. Okay, ad sales pitch out of the way. By the way, I am not affiliated with Disney at all in any shape or form or way. I'm just giving you my opinion and offering you tips on how you'd be able to get the Disney bundle, because I highly recommend it. I love it. Like I said, I've had the Disney bundle ever since it started, way back in 2019 when it launched. And I don't regret it. I've never canceled. I've played around over the years with the ads and the no ads and all that kind of stuff. And that's how I come to the conclusion that the no ads, in my view, is the best package to have. But again, it relies on what your needs are. So, Futurama. We've played the video game on my Apple Mac computer on this channel. And of course, I showed you the trailer right before we played that for this new season. So you all know, I don't have to explain how big a Futurama fan I am. I mean, it's known. Very well known. I was there from the start in 1999 when they aired the first episode on Fox. You know, I've never personally had cable. I don't think that it's worth what you pay for it. Now, sometimes I've had it for a very short period of time, but it was always canceled shortly after. 'Cause at this point in my life, I've seen now, you toy with these things throughout your life, and you make your decisions based on that. And, when I first got married, the wife and kids wanted cable. I personally have never needed or given a care about cable. I could care less. But when I got married, my kids and wife wanted cable, like most families. So we got it for a little while. We tried it and everything. It turned out it was very expensive for what you got. And, the world changes over the years, as it has. Now there's streaming and all that. So, But anyway, when this originally started, it was on Fox, which is an over-the-air free network in most markets. And I remember putting up the antenna ears and all that. Now, this was back in the days of analog TV, so you only had 3 or 4 channels. You had Fox, NBC, CBS, and PBS. And of course, you sometimes have a few little extra independents in each market, varying, but you're guaranteed at least 3 or 4 channels at that time. And I remember when this premiered, I was still in high school, actually. I was graduating. I was a senior. And this aired on a Sunday night. Right after The Simpsons, actually. And, one episode I was hooked. I'm not really a huge fan of The Simpsons. Not because I think it's a bad show. I don't. I think it's funny. My daughter Dakota loves it. And she watches it all the time on Disney+. And sometimes I might sit and watch it with her and I'll laugh. It's funny. But it's one of those things that it's been around for so long. The Simpsons started in 1989, so that's most of my lifetime. So, over the years I've kind of strayed from that. But Futurama was one I never strayed from. I love Matt Groening's work on that, and it's just a fantastic show. And I'm really glad that Hulu has rebooted it with 20th Century Fox, and Disney's now at the helm. That's going to help. Plus, the fact that it's on Hulu, it's now pretty much uncensored. Not that I expect a lot of vulgar language or anything like that, but they're going to be able to do what they want to do without any kind of interference, unless it comes from Disney themselves. But otherwise, there's not any other legal interference that could occur. So I think that's great. It'll make for a better show. But anyway, I remember it started on Fox in 1999. I watched it for about 4 years or so. They played with the night every season. One season it was Sunday night. The next one it'd be Wednesday night, Friday night. And after 4 years, they canceled it. And that broke my heart, because I loved Futurama. By that point, I think I had bought with the exception of the fourth one, which I did buy, of course, after it ended. But I was buying every DVD box set as it was coming out. So by the end of its run, I had all the box sets, thank God. I could watch them whenever I wanted on DVD. But I was heartbroken, you know, no new episodes. I mean, it sucks. Well, so a few years go by. I think it was like, I want to say 2011? Something like that. Anyway, several years go by. Comedy Central on cable picks it up. Now, as I told you, I've gone, sometimes I had cable, sometimes I didn't. What I remember is when this iteration was on, I think I had cable for a little while during it, but whatever it was, you were able to buy them on Blu-ray when the season was over. So I ended up continuing my collection and buying the seasons for Comedy Central on Blu-ray as they were released after they would end. There's a funny story about that because, of course, seasons 1 through 4 on DVD were never reissued in high definition. So I've got 1 through 4 on DVD and 5 through 8 on Blu-ray. Now, there were some made for direct video movie releases in between. 2 of those were only on DVD and the other 2 were on Blu-ray. So again, you got a funny little mismatched collection of mine. I told my wife the other day, I said, you just wait. When they release these, they're going to release them on 4K Ultra HD disc. Then I have to get those, and that means my collection is split up between 3 different formats. Yay! So, yeah, I love this, I say new season. I haven't watched all of them yet. I've only watched the first episode, but I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It made me feel like I was back in the good old days of Futurama. And I can't wait for what's to come, man. I'm excited. This is going to make me want to play the video game again on my computer, as I did for you about a month ago. I played the whole game all the way through. I might do that here. Again. But yeah, there's nothing negative I could say about it. It was fantastic. I loved how they came back in the beginning. There was always a question because, of course, at the end of the Comedy Central run, Fry and Leela were old, and they kind of capped that off, you know. You got the gist. They got old and, you know, whatever. You got the gist that they were going to get old and die. So it was always speculated how they were going to do this. I'm not going to spoil it for you, and unfortunately I can't post any clips because Disney will put a copyright strike on my YouTube page. But I could tell you, you will thoroughly enjoy it if you're a Futurama fan. So, shout out to Disney. I'm loving it, and I'm really excited about this new season. That's my take on it. I'll see you on the flip side.